Hi, I'm Jennifer.
Hi Jennifer, I'm Yolanda.
Hi. So when did you first get interested in computer science?
When I was 10 years old, my family lived in Madrid and we moved to Belgium. And they spoke French at school and I didn't know any French, zero. And so I couldn't understand anything except math class. So when the teacher got out on the board and started to just draw numbers, I tried to solve the puzzle of figuring out what he was explaining. And so it was the best part of my day and I started to love math. And when I was in high school, somebody told me, yeah, if you like math, you should study computers because it gives you a lot more possibilities and it's a much more powerful way to affect the world. So I've never regretted it.
Awesome. So what sorts of research do you focus on in your lab with computer science?
So our research is in artificial intelligence. We're particularly fascinated with computers that represent knowledge and use it to collaborate with people.
So when you're trying to tackle different scientific problems and solve them, how do you generally choose which problems that you go after?
So how do you pick a good problem? The first thing is that you look for a problem that somebody cares about. So it could be you, because it's a beautiful mathematical problem. It could be that there's a scientist, in our case, that cares very much about the problem. So I spend a lot of time meeting with scientists and I listen to how they work, what they discuss, what things are easy, what things are hard. I ask a lot of questions.
What sort of ethical problems do you think will emerge as computers and intelligent machines become more and more smart?
So I think in artificial intelligence research, we have been very, very preoccupied with the ethics of artificial intelligence research. And I think now that we start to see a lot of intelligent machines emerge in commercial products and permeating our lives, our daily lives, all through society, we are much more aware and concerned about these topics. So there's many AI researchers that really are actively thinking about how to create intelligent machines that have certain assurances, like they will never do X or they will always consider Y. All of us as humans, we can do a lot of things. You can do a lot of bad things. We can do a lot of hurtful things, harmful things. But we follow the law and we follow the guidelines, the policies that we know are best to follow as a society, as a group of people that live together. So I think machines need to have that kind of awareness, and there's a lot of artificial intelligence researchers really worrying about that problem.
Yeah, so Jeff Hinton famously said that we should actually stop training radiologists now because those jobs will just become obsolete in the future as robots start to replace those. So that's looking at maybe people in their 20s who are in medical school. So for people in my generation who are in middle and high school, what do you think we should stop training for, because those jobs just won't be a thing anymore in years?
So let me put that in context. We'll find ways to do other things, more interesting things. Solve more interesting problems, have more fun, spend more time doing art. I don't know. I don't know what we'll do, but I think we'll never have a lack of problems to solve or interesting things to create or interesting directions to pursue as humans, I think.
Cool. All right, so what sort of challenges have you had in your research on AI?
One of the biggest challenges is that building intelligent machines is very hard. So you have to really work hard at picking good problems. And sometimes the problems are too big, and it takes me a while to make them small enough that I can tackle them.
Thinking about the future and how it's going to be more and more important to develop more advanced AI and computer systems, what do you think kids my age should do to prepare themselves for that kind of workforce?
I think one very important thing is that you have to be patient with computer science courses. Sometimes computer science courses are unfortunately designed so that you understand how computers work. And so we bring you to a level of computing that's not very exciting when you're starting out to study computer science. Never give up on computer science, because once you understand that level of computing, you can do things like like what we do when we use computer science for health, to study the environment, to help people have more fun, to help people connect, to help people communicate, to find information. Those are very exciting topics, and with one skill, computing, you can work on anything. I have friends who got an Oscar because they work on visual effects, and they're computer scientists like me, right? I have friends who've helped people to make discoveries and gotten Nobel Prizes for them. The one thing I would say is, be patient with the initial courses and classes and stick with it, because you'll get to the point where you can see from the top of the mountain all of the possible valleys that you could traverse, and it's very exciting.